of taxes were evaded. So it came out that 38.7 million Ghana cedis of taxes were evaded. So in respect of the two sums, that is the $2 million, JFH Plant Pool has been asked, we have made a demand on them to pay that money. Then when it comes to the taxes, we have asked GRA, because under the tax laws, it is GRA that can make a demand for the payment of the taxes. So we've asked that GRA should make a demand for the 38.7 million. Now that is our investigators' assessment. GRA may come out with a different figure because they are the tax experts. So our investigators' figure may be confirmed or even adjusted upwards depending on what the GRA says. Now, when it comes to the issue of over-invoicing, we noticed that they were over-invoiced by between, that is the equipment, the drip equipment were over-invoiced by between 100 to 300%. All right, so I give you an example. One piece of equipment which costs $40,000, the government paid $84,000 for that equipment. That is over 110%. And so we are now diligently looking through all the equipment, and you can imagine that the equipment for all the districts, there were, hundreds of pieces of equipment. So we are going through each one of them because we are looking at a criminal investigation. And in criminal law, charges must be specific. If you miss the element of specificity, your case will be thrown out. And that is why I keep urging Ghanaians to be patient, because we need diligent investigation so that when I send a case to court, we don't have any doubt that criminality has occurred. Lastly, we have frozen all the assets of Anan that I have listed, including a 10 million Ghana cedis fixed deposit account at Republic Bank, Labone branch. That is the liquid assets. They also, had a lot of bags. I didn't want to list them. The wife has over 61 luxury bags. All right, name them. He himself was buying watches, some costing as much as 1.5 million Ghana cedis and so on. We have taken note of all of them, and so we've done the freezing, including those of the vehicles. So on account of the foregoing, we have decided to charge Mr. Hanan Abdul Wahab and his wife, Faiza Seydou Wuni, with stealing, conspiracy to steal, causing financial loss to the state, using public office for profit, obtaining public property by false statements, and money laundering. The charges will be filed on Friday, and I have the charge sheet, the draft charge sheet, which I am reviewing here for everybody to see, so that nobody goes to say that I have indicted somebody and I don't have charges. I have my charges ready. From now onwards, when we are announcing the conclusion of investigations, we are either contemporaneously filing charges or we are filing them immediately thereafter. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. Lastly, we have frozen.
Today, we came to Parliament only to see that NDC members of Parliament and their leadership have gone to, in a very conspicuous, in a very rather Nicodemus manner, removed the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, which was advertised yesterday, and all of you were witnesses to it, and you even published that story. So we are asking the majority, we are asking NDC government, where is the Human Sexual Rights Bill, which had gone through all the processes and approved? Today the majority leader is telling us that Speaker is not aware. The clerk is not aware. And the first deputy speaker is saying he's not aware. But he chaired the committee that approved this bill as private members' bill. It was the speaker who approved this same bill. It indicates that there seems to be a clear attempt by NDC government to run away from this bill. And we're asking the question, why are they running away from this bill? A bill that they thought was important, yes, of Ghanaians. At the time when we began this bill in 2021, we never had two South African gay couples coming to Independence Square to openly kiss and declare themselves gay couple and declaring independence and freedom, calling out today
the bill more than the majority side, if you count the number. So obviously, I don't know, because the first reading must be done today.
They were the Property Rights of Spouses Bill, and then also the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill. And at conclave, we drew the attention of the Right Honorable Speaker to these two bills that were advertised. But Speaker said, well, you have to bring me the evidence, because I don't recall approving that these two bills should be advertised. We indicated that we thought that the bills had been passed by this House already and had been sent to the presidency for assent. And so we didn't see the need to reconsider a bill that has already been passed by this House, waiting for presidential assent, unless the constitutional procedure for returning the bill to us is complied with by the president, for us to reconsider and then use our two-thirds majority to approve the bill, even if the presidency had some issues with it. So Speaker then actually instructed the clerk to reconsider his action. I believe it is in that spirit that today the table office did not advertise that bill. I recall that in relation to Item 1, Property Rights of Spouses Bill, Speaker was actually more disposed towards that.
And he will come and say that no policy document on any of those programs have been brought to Parliament. So, fact check one, what you have said is not true. Then, let me also indicate that I'll be surprised that as a former majority leader and leader of government business, you will say that the ministers have failed to come and tell us anything about those programs and policies. Because the tools for getting them to come and brief you on the policies are in your hands. If you have forgotten what the NDC promised in its manifesto, and if you have forgotten what is in the economic policy that you yourself approved, and you want to be reminded, you can ask a minister a question. So the tool of asking questions is for you to bring ministers to the floor of the House to brief you. Because
good idea, commendable, but no action. We haven't seen the document. And then their so-called all-important 24-hour economic program. In Mr. President's State of the Nation address, he shifted the goalposts. He said the finance minister, in presenting the 2025 budget, will highlight the 24-hour economic program. When the finance minister came, nothing was said about it. And then we hear in the media that there's a launch of the 24-hour economy. We insist that as the people's representatives, this is the place for scrutiny of the so-called 24-hour economy. Then their Ejumawura program, they also launched it April 2028, 2025. The aim to create youth entrepreneurship support targeting at least 10,000 new youth-led firms each year. How are they going to go about this? What are the benchmarks? We don't know. Parliament, again, is in the dark. The national prayer children were placed. So crucially, we cannot say that the inflation has helped to stabilize prices. No, that is not the case. And then if you monitor the opportunity for jobs, we really getting nothing. We have not seen any serious job creation effort. For the private sector, for instance, they came to cancel the 1D, 1F. They say they don't need a 1D, 1F. But the 1D, 1F was a major boost for the private sector. We, MPP, are center-right ideologists. We believe in the private sector. The private market creates opportunity for the industry to grow so that they can employ more. They are social democrats center left. We don't know what they intend to plan. But we can.
Yamajo ene enyumre edeba Kessben television ena afe Kessben FM 93.3 eso ene ya woda na sedu ya da enyumre se ya yene penyimfo animdifo a mabokui ewo maimunsem ehia na yedi dwumadi afren se the punch ena so odonfo na domyen ema ya sanhia yesan abedi san komono na afe yahwe said the beboa ama yamai Ghana impuntu enso akọ nanim enei ensama hodo na wo ho a ewo se yedi eho enkomo ene enwumrei na nyame yadom ama yenya yenra boachi yadom ono a political analyst wono ewo ha sanso ena Dr. Samuel Afriye or lecturer at KSTU ono so ebabe kanyansa. Now we delve deeper into the issues that needs to be discussed and to deliberated upon. Tine, nyame eya doma, enema miensa, ena edesi eniso, ya yebehwe. Yebehwe oral. Bekaya oral, eye Operation Recover All Loot. In December, wamra etuaba eye omampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, not yapa kemukra, ena oti ekua nipabeye num, yam yenim defo ya omo Ghana man edo makoma so no de show monsa say owo position na de ba ko a ode ye campaign titru corruption a abaya na wo kane no ni mfefo a ewo mu eyoye ya omo edidi oman yi dwirim ensem bebre ne piem honom cathedral de epiem ho ehon nsema hodo bebre na oti oral no ewiye and no mandate say one and gather all the necessary information say beya oba bemu na osetela otu one among na wonwa o mafa kweti kwan so awia o man sika no wode omo afa emra kwan so ebeto dwei cases ahodo anase reports ahodo na Ghana for titru ede ekoma oral committee no wiase na sika womo bo akire ya omo eka se Ghana ensabeka na etwem be 21 billion dollars ena ebetimi aba bosomi edu eni ya omampani etena dwaso se president of the Republic of Ghana ora no eno ho sensem no ede ben ena de abrayin sansem kro ya ena pani ba ko a na wono eka ora no ho ora Daniel Domelevo kane Auditor General edibe tudwa se no kre wajitum se data wamu egadaye ya ndo koma mampeni obo akire de ma da Attorney General no nyeni nyina na weye sabio omo nya daje ewuremu ni nyina kromo nya daje anya ho ahwehwemu eyi anhwe sensem na ebeka omo nsa no eye no kre anase no kre na omo bo akire a ye kasika ebepiemu ya yede akire Ghana form enei yehwe se openi ababontin abekasa nsem yi ekyese enei public accountability eho atochema anase sen enete anase do politics a de pebia na yaka anase sen enete beka Attorney General ababontin ebeka se oral no documents on the buy no dodo na eya yura eno eho ensem enso ewo ha ne ibenya adaje na yewremu na yedi eho enkomo na the LGBTQ+ enei abeye abatros esensen omampani ene Ghana for ekomu ye sign anase ye sign eno so akoya de a yede ye campaign in the 2024 general elections say abaya wosiso one sign LGBTQ+ ono de one sign mum bill no aye ekoto na nim se nkode krat ade paper besi na pen besi krata so na wa sign na Ghana for agiatum one sign omampani a otisu yi eka se wono de oba obesan obaye na akoye bibie wo ho ase wo san ase on sign nano a parliament etnasi ebiu for the last time of the year ena ekopiem ewo ho afei womo ekọ na afei womo akọ kan ho nsem eye enra womo hwe pepa ya yedi kodi dwuma yesu a eni so na sa LGBTQ+ question yi adenti ena enei omampedin eni titru NDC for ayedin ewo ho yebedom asuko na afei yahwe ho ensem enso ewo ha na yaka ho ensem MPP presidential primaries omo agepenie se ompeso mutu franka edema the new patriotic party eguso a omo egbo apro na asemba kwa epiem eye me ena mosika enam se meye adwuma na metimi hwe sika so yie ntiama enei mewosika ebiso se me ena mewo adwene na Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia kane onu tu franka edema the new patriotic party in the 2024 general election ababonten se enei eye nisuade hunu ena ehia yento abamba obi o nisuade hunu ye obetimi aboa ama enwuma ene sika ba oman no mu sense kwa akoto aba ono a ne private business waye enye sika enti enei wode ebo no hosofo hene se ono ene betimi edi Ghana nimti ebehwe se enei se nisuade hunu anase sika ena eboa ema Ghana voter utimi take decision ana ebe ho ensem ewa ha na ya endi on a very sad note. A sad note and say Her Excellency the former First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, because only the first lady of the Fourth Republic, I shall say from the PNDC era, Jono Edi First Lady for over, and I say over 20 years, and over 20 years, no a First Lady, Edema on my Ghana. Nikunu obey president, no ye head of state, obey president, Edema Republic of Ghana, ya unyan baby koye, and ne yantiasem de say the former first lady, a year Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins, and so Adane Benkum so. Last time you know a year Asante Hima, a year ni dot ye, and na you say Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins. A baby. That's what 18th of September. To September, October, ya. Fansa bosumi mueni. And a huna, mamene so a jemwa wokro. Na eno aya samang araho. Yabekai mami pa na osha. 31st December Women's Movement. Wano ene de baya. I'm kind of one of the advocacy groups are etimi abwama apeja womo pa. Ewe mamu Ghana ayeno. 31st December Women's School name in Kroneba, so mobilizing ma now the Omokoi or sign ebedi Juma Edema the National Democratic Congress ebe ye womu etitreni abedi echire ono edisa Jumedie no sanso eno pray say obetu franka ede ama the National Democratic Congress one Yinra John Evans Atamils professor ya wenyan baby crow and a prayer. And on so manicotin a party, a NDP, ya a name, I mean so a gemwa, or de ekro. The Etienne said, or Yari Kakra, and I say, Ben then the Kakreni, ya, or spray say obesan hoya dear, Nene Ahamachi, copium or rich hospital. My menu entimi answering ambefibu. Details of the sickness day, ye nim, na de aba abeto idra, and so no. Yabusafu na yako, titu Ghana fuina so. Yamamo yako na yemfa we emfa nya disuade se yema Ghana no ba de also timi yeboa my Ghana no ye de Yankopon de to wakoma so se yeboa my Ghana na wo ye wia ukwa yabodimpa se de mamin okoya okọ social media so se de amanfo tontom no egene yoyo nyasem kuma yebona baso ewo ne media odiye ede eboa on my Ghana. Only the former president, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, ewo mama komako and 9. Ha bako parliament is here, Dr. Zenato Rawlings. Ono ewo parliament is here, ye kase, ewo Yasantwa, ewo ho, yewo aye Amina ho, and ewo Kimathi, omone mandaya. Mami ene Nira, His Excellency the former president also nyan baby ko omo ewo ya. Omo so contribute to omo quota aboa ema oman empuntu enso akonanim na eho ensem enso enono. There are a lot of stories, but yenfa eno empim ha na yenhwe video si emra na fe mmema yura akwaba. Ma yesha se FM Free His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ho wono edi big push no na no na odi eho ensem enso edi etu dwase enei wako akwa kolonchi ya wombe shase no medi dwumadi na wasibesi nei ye ma obesia FM Free baby ya ebeboa ema developmental infrastructure etimi akoso yentin sama His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama edi etudwa.
When we launched the big push, somebody asked, but where are you going to get money to finance the big push? $10 billion over 5 years. And yet this year we started by allocating almost 14 billion. And next year, the Minister of Finance has promised to allocate 30 billion to the big push. And this has succeeded by just reallocating resources from areas that we had gotten used to just allocating the resources, not spending them efficiently. And there were two things that we did when we came into government. We amended the Public Financial Management Act, and we introduced two things that would improve fiscal discipline. And the first was replacing the Fiscal Responsibility Act with the amendment of 2025, in which we made two important things. One, that will aim for a primary surplus, a surplus on the primary balance on commitment basis of 1.5% per annum. And then two, that we will cap our debt ceiling at 45% of GDP by 2034, I think. And just introducing that fiscal discipline, also establishing a Fiscal Responsibility Council that will penalize any infractions of the amendment, the PFME amendment. And then also giving the minister the authority to issue commencements for any commitment that any MDA was going to do. And suddenly, it creates additional resources that we are able to put into development of infrastructure. You know, so we need to take these seriously, and I believe that it will provide us with the resources. Can you imagine that with the kind of infrastructure we're doing, we are out of the international capital market. We're not borrowing $1 single from outside for the big push program.
Where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana? Kadi bi wa ha. Na se amampanyifo ni omomudi oman ni mu etombo ase no mahwe a. Ka yemmo besia ka ekura bebo amanfo besia. Eno eho ensem no mampani edijosan ekasai. Yenti ensem a mampani sandi tudwa ebio.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Infrastructure Plan is more than a policy document. It is a national covenant. It requires all of us across the political divide, public institutions, civil society organizations, and generations to dedicate ourselves to a shared vision of progress. I therefore call on First Parliament to enact the enabling laws, enforce fiscal discipline, and oversee to safeguard this vision. I urge the ministries, departments, and agencies to align their sector plans with the Ghana Infrastructure Plan and ensure continuity in project delivery. To the private sector, I urge you to invest boldly and build partnerships in infrastructure, logistics, and digital transformation. To civil society and academia and the media, I urge you to fulfill your roles in promoting transparency, accountability, and citizen participation. And to our development partners, I urge you to collaborate in blended finance, capacity building, and technology transfer. And finally, to the Ghanaian people, our citizens, I urge you to hold us accountable, to share ideas.
We His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Ato say Ode and some editor say or tunsa edi afre ankwankra yumaku so musun form humbe bombi na omwa ema enei infrastructure ye de Ghana besi no mo so emfa wo ho enyim eno ho ensem e wo hanoma eno so ye de ebi amamu enne enyumri mayenko His Excellency the former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana ono Alhaji Mamudu Baumia ono ede nsem ahodo ede atudwa na de woka nyina ne se enei yakosi ekoyi obi a obe kandini obe frankatuni ede ama the New Patriotic Party na yankoto obi a abano emma obi a sebi won ni sode hunu a obetimi aboa ama enyuma anisika aba amanfo entemso se kwakoto obi a ono ese ono wosika oye na nkronkro adwuma bia oye no ho eyemfato ho achirem se enei ono no aban anase ono aban bae 2016 ababc 2024 no mobile money interoperability nkwa etimi ma nipa makomakem empem hankron adwuma ene yeye tienkoto aba emfama obi a owani swade hunu a obeboa ama Ghana etimi etu empon eno Alhaji Mamudu Baumia ono ensema ode atu adwa enso eno no yebde ho ensem no ebebro ma yento so na yenkwa enei yede etudwa se ensema aba abetudwa ene se enei yenhwe emfree sei abrantie bi nkansa abrantie papa penimu emfie aduanan enkron de na chese wanyini na papa yi edia no aniamo ho nsem ne waye ene se ne ababa wa wadi emfie du miensa 13 years wakwa kwache ababa we ayen yedwa ne nyina so se ababa wa no abewia ne sika 800 Ghana cedis enti do hwere bia sebi one ababa we beda ate ne nantem srade kopem se 800 Ghana cedis no ebetwa do hwere bia na 200 Ghana cedis make us a police for edin ho 80 Ghana enti do hwere bia 20 Ghana cedis babetumadi ti obeya kopem se obetua ne sika nyina ewie ene ya make us a police for edin motie ya yedena akwa emra kwan emlan ma yene no eko akwa we ensema eno so eko so wa ohwe 49 years na abotofua 13 years araho eno ensem ne bia eno epiem hanma yede ebremu enso hafe miemfa nana kunadu Ajima Rollins de no intwebat yenkone nkotie papa ne de no ansana yede na kunadu Ajima Rollins de no atoaso
Frano. We need justice for Abofrano. The Mbrano Modano under Pepe because 13 years, class 5. It's for whisker. Or bego. Look at or bego or poucho. Or for this waffle scanocrana. Manunco. It's waffle scanocra. Manunco. Na uncle this can be one and a one from 80 Ghana cities. 80 Ghana cities. No any other place. Republic and Kofu ho. Na enyene ye damaze e say abofane dachi enti mam as an assembly member in fact me hu the video na metin me yemhim because yenyim dey yare team from ma ochena Manford Kroyi Gomwa Achemfo Dwama enyene mpatem na mo from one dachi enti so pain 49 years etum 13 years ye dama wa wo yem ban baye ne den you see enti me mama shrey nine there masre IGP in Attorney General Department baby biara wada da masem yokudu na abofra no justice amo was serve as deterrent was serve as there so ehunu ama afoforo so o Sunday sisi ayehu dem boys in bebre no what they excuse my language we and ansa na wade fra na wado no wade ye nyoma on fata no se na wade ye intimate de want to damasa no so ama damo nyama bona yufuni bi ahase ena mpanifuni mi so ahase wo ye no ni na abrase
we assembly member obia ho na wote se okasa de areho mu se papa no ene 13 years no sabio odi ne bonesa no na oye woni pem mo moti ho no so bi ebona baso se waya de yankopon hu yembo that was the situation afei me yanko Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia de nsem atana se about 65 and 63 MPs womo so enso ewo honoma omo declare support se omo emano na yenkonkotie sentia 63 MPs out of the 87 OCCA say womo declare support ama Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Before this, sunse pools ahodo bebre aba ebi place eye we Kenya Japan ebi place Brian Champo ebi place Mahmoud Bawumia. But the D-Day is on the 31st of December, 31st of January 2026. Intin sama MPC edituja.
Kokwam Pretusap from Ashanti region. Kokwam Pretusap MP Mampon. Nana ayu afriye afija asokore. Kofi amankwa menu atwuma kwa ngoma. Kwame yayi maduantwi Asante Achim Central. Francis Asantu Bwanche Bantama. Vincent Eko Asafua Old Tafo. Yaw Frimpon Ado Manso Adubia Mavis in Cancer Board Afija Secretary Collins Adumaku Mensa Afija Kwabre North Dr. Patrick Boachi Yado Obuasi East Akwasi Konedu Menshia North Professor Kingsley Nyako Kwadaso Ernest Yaw Enim Kumau Damata Apia Nima Salam Afija Kwabre South Dr. Fred Chey Asamoah Offense North, Francis Owusu Echam Dwabin, John Darko Suame, Kofi Obri Yeboah Subin, Michael Edu Oforikrom, Nana Ejei Bafo Wua Menshia South, Nana Eric Ajima Prempe Ahafuano North, Nana Asafo Ejei Aye Bosome Frehon, Anthony Mier Udutubri. Cheneboa Kodia Foku, Manson, Unquanta, Frank Yeboah, Achuma, Mwabiajanov, Elvis, Osemensa Dapa, Ahafu, Ano Southwest, Ralph, Poku Edusei, Bekwai, Seth, Osei Akutu, Achuma Punia, and Akwasi Jemfi Unyina, a champon, a Fijakwabre. From the Eastern region, Frank Anodompre in Sawoma Dojiri. Kofi Ahenkra Mafu Achiase, Michael Ochiribefi New Dublin South, Kojo Opon Kroma Ofuasi Ayerebi, Sami Ewuku Akuapim South, Akuapim North, Charles Owiredu Ebirim, Kingsley Ajimai, Dr. Kingsley Ajimai, Ebuakwa South, Duke Oforiata, Fantiakwa South, Aida Adjoa Esiedu Ayensuano, Alexander Akwasi Akwa Achim Oda, Loretta Koko Asante Etiwa West, Kwame Apia Kodia, Fantiakwa North, Frank Asiedu Bakwe Suhum, Alex Ejare Kade, Nana Apau Ado Frimpon Ebuakwa.
Right, enti we 63 MPs enti me money nyina yenso me fa program time nyina 63 MPs no medical mo support say omo edema Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia eno enate say oye roko honoma nti yebo MPs 63 no na 87 63 from anaka 24 no muso gina he anyway mrene time will tell as we progress na yemfa we and sorry na Kunedu Ajima Rawlings, former first vice, the first lady of the Fourth Republic of Ghana, and they were done a benkum so na oyare kakra yenhwe de course so on Parliament House said the omo efa news no and said the omo yeye yenko na yenhwe de course so ewo.
KWABENA OWUSU. I mean, you see, na the kind of fast boy and you couldn't we did say, Ghana, it will be a wedding first lady. I don't think you be saying that not KWABENA OWUSU. One wedding first lady. Odi nyuma share nsa emma no boaboa na yade enti ono de menyini se yise bia nkrankra ya me omosi so na yenhuma na KWABENA OWUSU enti minim ni ye pa wo kwan ya fa so boa ne kunu ene kwan ya fa so boaboa mo emma no 31st women December movement na yade enti na KWABENA there I think is a house name yise bia nkrankra na bia omo edin no omo heda enya picture
the whole political party. After he said she was the mother of our party, she will not support the party because she not the opportunity because only will be on mine. So it tells you, I mean, your body, I'm sure say maybe she machine so almost the bomb. Before affirmative action became fashionable, and they couldn't again knowledge was affirmative action. On our campaign in our move on the 31st December movie, and then numerous man or empower so.
We a year in St. Kainibia a course our Parliament House and Otise MPs no and so a day woman Anno Decem Efa, the former First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Fourth Republic idiot. First Lady with the First Lady pa and Nakunedo Ajma Rollins. Ono and Otin and Cartesa or more canal. Wadan the Benkum so and no honsem not as a parliament ekano. I'm calling for Mabaja for Akwaba. Na Yemfa and Comotucheno and for and Shasun 10. Dr. Samuel Efriye. Ewaha, and yes, I know my ha. Doc Mojo. Ono a lecture KSTU. Sanso and Urab Wachi Adome Paul Calnas. Opening. Right.
There be a with you and I go TV so bad. And
then sanity. Right. Measure say just on the passing, just entering an acknowledgement Rollins there no kakra briefly. The answer the main discussions on yaba. Doc.
Dukreni mamenchia afefoso. Na minchia minuaso. Na na kuna do me ankasa no me wo personal soft spot for her. Ewo time Beijing or ko di juma ho the time na me hu say my wo Ghana no EP or the Ghana for Emma call world at that time I don't know 20 is it 2008 or something 1995 yes me no fit that
19
me hu no pa na me hwe TV na wo gina ho na say me rain and that was when I Rollins time at least na yetting can but me we share the angle of women I think all women should celebrate this woman. On our mass say ma more parliament, ma more judiciary, more baby no. It's true that consciousness now what they buy no. Ma ni ba so. The 31st December women movement. He said now by a political win of women part NDC. When power ma ensure so mudo ma be ko school. What 20, 30, 40 years nyina no na kura du. Se wo ma me no ton tuma odwom yi nyina enam no so na sebi ebia wo so wabenya that exposure because or the ma yi betudwa who said no women can also be part of yentimi nyini free Ghana politics. No woman except like said the Nakuna do well Fourth Republic. No, you cannot leave this woman. Democracy, you cannot leave that woman. Anna or Kofi was her building a state woman like parliament Ibia, Mami, official Ibia, or what I say MPP say NDC, this woman will be there. Other programs mentioned there, I'm saying also an official who are into every time Bia say I say this woman one Kasemi or a intino ni stage I think say July or so menene for if we are crying by no in the bano and I personally walked to her and I'm casting one of my secretary my pen as man I mean that opportunity to Mr. No o mama nchiano and o mama nchiano and the party And that was July, I think June or July, when we were coming from Accra. And I'm saying, no, about Mampong. Yes. I'm talking about 2 days or a day before. And me share na, what me building a family, what me a easy, could be a baby and a free by revolution. Every year, a year. One this a Busiano issue be even though my family issues, but this one is able to protect. Senor Macra and Yakurana, what me about Busiano by. I protected the image of the Rollins. It is I may not dear. Me how I think we should have her statue at one of these
national remembrance being formed.
Yes. And I think since to me I am a man for free my no yes day be a mode celebrity Unsibia or CBA or Ebia Tamil Swan wine a yibi. Omuye bibisa. I think women in Ghana should have something now. You better be an Rollins for a BB now annually, no, so that the consciousness, no, I think this woman should not be left out. You need political winning from near any rule because the road here and one for politics. Ankaho. Partisan politics ankaho. We are a role model for a lot of women. Timamene dear. Say Nipebia Obia on weakness, revolution time yet in Sembebri, but so also what dear. Sasun also one dear, but we look at the good side. We cannot discard them. Yes, sir. I feel we're free moon. Yes,
that's very, very pathetic. Yes.
Some time ago, I was sitting saying, "Intimami Asana," and will be a kind of is that how Ghanaians we celebrate our leaders? I believe says what and I care born about to say at least you will also know say me so for me the car say me see Ghana for the baby anyone for my nieces here. It's about so na ya mabusuya shedding.
All right. Right. Abani mamiti ozo na
doctor monso mo kan ho.
Hey,
university fraternity.
It comes on per lecture. On per day be no final lectures.
Day be na mo friend no na mo ona no na mo man no honorary degree, honorary doctorate degree. Na mo dress no no be TV.
Yeah man doctor Ibia.
KSTU. Ya ma na na kredu ajima Rollins ya mano honorary doctorate degree na nke twaba TV so be e. Anampo kura se maami wo ho yi and uncle a chancellor in one of our universities. Exactly. And can you bad? Yeah, you had Nina, Mamma Mia, and Namosana, Araho, what they echo a giant. It said, we don't celebrate our own until they are dead. Because Mammy couldn't say the year came. During the 80s, no, before her, no, there has been a number of first ladies. Yes. In Kroma Fatia, new Nkroma echino a free fanny ankra on munina no mo wo yere no buzia e baaye no wo yere champon e baaye no wo yere. The only person and yere tini di keke kora no was Dr. Hilary Man ne wife ni tini di keke but wo hwe sa maami ni papa J baaye said ye ne yere si bo abos wo di na chi 31st December women's movement no obi gari factories e mamai enya dwumaye soap making factories no ye no obi daycare centers no maami antena ne to so da wantena se da minim se da abre no kra ka ho bi no anya kese da chese wantena fa akoda eduru ba bi na ne kunu kra ya ka say ye nyina ya kese ya kama NDC time no. The only person I want you say, oh, benefit by my only slim and beautiful wife, Nana. No, can't what Nana. That was so, cause no channel. And at the last stage, you know, she wanted to be the main person of the NDC or Professor Mills, but no, and Kuyama, and Numunu, Dijaya, or the Cote or no one party, NDP, no, National. Democratic Party and so or the coalitions here. And I know crime names only first woman what party about first presidential candidate. Minimum or no near Kuya or standing or no bias and a so no crowds here, madam. Record the first lady watching at the party as presidential candidate. Inti Mejidi said, your money state barrier and no your first one. Na second, you pay even one of our universities, you could be one of the schools near the Trosokorano. And young from so, because why be? I see. You say, when Nipa Ebe Binwa may and if you ask you to Abraba, ye boy, dear, Gianni, a ding. So, but you think you kind Bible crowd was it, and Crawford or more AC Babel or more true, Sa Abanso, so they call Kenyan Copo. The NT or may a one of the as an of the Jew or more yet the agit. Timamana de Wayano, why Jinny? Na me denya me so ase kwan of us we because just a week ago na one anam be week here ni na na so the president Kufuor kuhia or function bi ase na omo sat together so and then ko ayare bo na no pay de no ko ya o if you say president Kufuor bi aro oh doctor, that is one of the best ways in the babitimi and yes obey yare da ho na enipa ekọ ne ye ba ne ye behwe ye hwe owie ne ekọ ane ediwu aye nkomo na nura ne na da be na no ho ye obi so na ye obi so be ene nura ba ma ha nura sa de na no hu sitie de awaye o da ho de encho obi wu da bi ye nyina ebo mpa ye se nyame me nyare na ho sa wo nam kwa ba na da chimnu ewu mfi se eno efe na no so ehye nkran nti nana kunadu Agyeman Rollins ne ma no we are hoping say ba kupani wo parliament abrantie no de emzo no ni Ghana or outside na mba ne mienu so mi hye denim de omo ye ba we are hoping say ne ma no will pick after her na omo
legacy
edino aka
no mo my way on na family no mo
abai no mo ten na family because ma me no ayade and then sweat oni ni kunu sweat so na mo didi you and ma didi ya me nti mo ye bibi e de ne din to so said the professor Mills ye de ne din ato bibi so former president Nkrumah Rollins no mo aka e do mu din ato so on so ye bibi to so face.
Right, so we era watching Yadom and our Otinica. So let's zoom in after the issues on board, then we deliberate on them as well. Yasha say from oral any impending quiet tea any your buyer your chairman for gum and crown about 10 months down the lane. And Barbara told you I say oral no crowd was flawed because gathering of the information no ankasa no crano omo time to delve into the evidence or ho no mom de ko ama attorney general jumana ye dene e de amano see omo ba be say most of the things in the by na garbage doc my me say free ho na hwe ensem ya dom levo e de ebetu ya say ogitum say no kre say enema bi ho no ma omo agade kre enwram yen hwe going forward oral what should expect from it.
Moving forward. Omwana de kwento omwana sameka se you see the Domrovo cannot there. Menene nyadwen. You knew it. When we say a call hete war no. Now you want to justify at the country hete war. But what they call na sa adwen ni utrim sa. Say garbage now they come our president. And a president when names na president hand over them attorney general. But what are they telling us? Say yanyan kurasa o. Yanyan kurasa o. What is it saying? Say they were you present your issue. No more kono. Eko verify issues no. Is it not investigation? If it is not investigation, figure the so $21 billion o menye free no. Nti garbage na the value atoso no. If it's garbage, how do you place value? They say ball until they say ball zoom line of far. Omoje 5 6 10 cities. Any abobo yanti no. They say yen fire into so. No, they can't just deceive us with propaganda kind of thing. Mo ba no mo ye madwen say obiama for perception. Somebody a campaign. Intimate, nobody had any problem with it. Me sometimes ubetimi aka say KB afasika wadwen. If you don't have any evidence to prove, wadwen na would beka. De bia obi o man no aye bibia no. Then we read meaning where a politician where we ska, where you say where we ska. Even though I'm not saying say baby, but sadwen na ye di wura. You see, from Kwame Nkrumah time, corruption. Aye di go aban bia. Aban bi be ko bia say yeso ja bia the corruption. Into politicians for nehu. Say corruption there, who can't to Ghana for at the bar by be a chair on Bejiatu. Into Yempep Quabiso. And I'm more branding profile. I'm not saying Sebia, they are Munyabi. But the real will see 200 and something what cases. And over catch say be a garbage. And I garbage when you flip. And you cannot tell me, say, who see a findings, more there. I'm not one among from Farm Remo, and I'm presenting my president. I will not agree because their chairman was moving around using drones. Drones, the drones here the other day. Drones here the information, and I will be at the brow. You over for the buy, and I will do drones on them, and I will verify, and verifying of information is investigation. So you cannot convince us and say, Moko hete war no. I say party for the Gumusu say, ora no. But we presented document in $21 billion. Say, a case is a Maya winning in it, me Jessica. What can we actually some of us to believe, say, dear Moya, no, in a garbage boom. No, you can't deceive us like that. And they can't deceive their party members. Okoye say no before because what can't to my dream and the figure to so. Now wouldn't be a figure what they to say day. Can one figure to so and you say be at least no information our Gina what presenting.
Initially, did they tell us it was just information? They tell us that they are gathering a friend saying documents to prosecute. Mr. Person for being canon, say we are as or we on a profession. But there are some level of intelligence be may you to be convinced. Some of us say adena a course no. Mama be a garbage in the door suntina attorney general. You're coming to defend attorney general. Attorney general see a man and I'm say papa you umumbe hano papa because my present here the manner wanya huajuma. They have created a problem. President also say president they were smart. Oh no near you be a say the aba. Nanimo whatever I know so 5 minutes correct.
Massagio. Now our catcher say they can't deceive us and a idea be a one be do much party for no mobile face so papa. Omuno face so papa. Some of them dear. Yeah. Because some revelations say be why banina and me say but uncle ma didn't koye kakraka news na afedi ade en ode no wo pe bi de ho afa se na se omo ye ya no mo ka say ade na say oral na ya chewe because of how you projected oral to be and what Ghana for when am pro be say say dey beji 21 billion no ye beji 121 billion no wo ko je free wa ho so evidence are fine but you don't have an evidence akọ hit one na say no attorney general no kra say okoye here or yeah, behind the crowd, I say, crowd was one year view. Well, I know what the court, I said, court, so they should make us think, say, I didn't know more, a propaganda, nobody by ye. And a backfire.
Almost to the clay.
Oh, yes.
Say propaganda.
Yes, and another Mulvo or can who can walk as a garbage. Oh, Uncle, so, yeah, now I said, I said, I'm your Germany, this is what the civil president.
Yeah.
You've deceived the president by presenting garbage to the president. And the cabinet president, the crown and come crown, so we cry saying, yeah, illegal into your more. So now some of them no more garbage, and Mom, Papa, and Cotan be also be. Yes, I do the garbage.
I see.
Yes.
What target say somebody who produces garbage?
But he said it. I don't know the kind, I'm kind, one the kind, I say, be all the garbage, but yeah, at the whole day, you should not be given opportunity to produce garbage. Again, to the president.
I see.
He has deceived the president, and which is a president and man opportunity to be able to deceive him again.
Anyway, we Dr. Free now telling Camembra ora what you had on I mean no so what this a bit means and so public accountability to politicians no said you and some common seven.
because
basa no aso nom de be culture electricity ya yekokoto abama mu yi ana
said esi start any ora asemi omo yewie ya omo de ba ya president de man na hwe the Rambo Star arrest bia ekoso hwe kwan omo fa so ko ofuri atafie eko ready ho kwan omo fa so ba former Bank of Ghana governor no Addison yes ensem ni bikura bi che so ni fie na yire wo chia na bibi sa akura yire anom ne ade ade na hwe kwan omo fa so che se na obie nim se ye ko fa omo aba na ye sika bi akodu omo ya je na nim animu ya nanka ya de asiesie wo man ena ensem no bi nso so akudru court che se wo hwe a NSS fraud money they say crowd there who put from 548 million I could do 2.2 billion na sagana ye 2.2 billion wo one person ho e wo nipa kakra bia no more national service ho na national service no plan budget for all the 8 years na ye say and ye wo say ke wo nipa ba ko mienu bia no me adwuma ho dia na che sagana ye wo skapa because wo hwe sika ye bobodin no na wo hwe national service there wo hwe buffer stock there wo hwe de abrante ye nra nko S buffer stock CEO and then a wife ye wo hwe said the ensem no si ko no enka nanka ye de nim se mpanifu wo se kwase ye nim hwe kura doko na twa ye de nim sa ye de ni nim se nka ye sika bi ewo wo nkrofo bi ho a enche bia ye beje abreye hwe kwamre dubu ahidie ekwan ya efa so che ne atoni general ya be ye press conference ne kwan ofa so kan na sem ne nim se doctor yi ni se de osi akasa afa kwam na dubu ahihu de on de na sem no kra de ke bia wa manche kra me benye sika kesi bi afri no so se de ensem no si iko no wono ana sem no nipa ye che no ene wo mo ahyeche wo mo na bi ne agya wo mo so wo mo nsa ma ya dance fo ne ntina ni ya dance bia na ne ye bo charge we nyina guru in the media ansakura na sem no ebe kokot menye lawyer die minim mu pi die na minim se ye ne sa na eya wo ye doctor of law nti ye be fa na sa so nti enema ne bi wo ho a yensusu pray to the gallery yeah politicians ye ne awe ne power yaba foforo but say o ye ne sa de we no ba ya omukofa opuni hwe the Rambo Star twitch omukofa opuni ne nim so opuni edi Ghana ska kase bi ye benya ne sesi a mfie nwotwe ne ye nya kapra mfiri opuni we mo ba o mo atwa ase so nti se mo yes mo politicians no mo ne yempanimfo we respect you because we have one power obeti party na obegina ne ato abama wo enya sanketo a ye hia bibia mo ho ne ye beba nti ye bumu ye dimuni but niema ne bi wo ho nso amoya na mo ya ma ye lose faith in you we de ekoi so nyame anya ya adumpa na se doctor yini wantimi cases bebrebe wantimi anya sika bia mfiri mu amagana for the next what the infant 4 years plan na mbenya no wantimi amomodena hwe wuntumi de adubu ahe de national service de hwan na se de ye kan ye nyina nipa no kura ya condemn omo in the media wie ansakura ne aso omo aseme de be kokko na se ne nyina achi ye ntimi anya sika bia mfiri mu ntufi se Ghana for better hotin ahwe sa ana what the domrevo kan kura doctor can say some of the oral data entries corrected were without verification. What I am fan say some of them. Tell no say a dose into the infant say binum kran. What about the more start here? More prosecution. A start here court and no a bekwa kusi. So and I would see and near send be a course as one more ankasano, one who knew one ankasano, one year consistent. Because in one breath, we say Ufuriata or declare no personal non grata, or your fugitive, or your vagabond, maybe a who be like is it you saw Yakopunia you saw, and I king. Or say Yankopon be a son, and the moment so baby will be a who be obekun, and I say Ghana cannot see against him. And a war attorney general, special prosecutor, Shawaseno, a timia issue. Bench warrant is here for the baby, Obi, I am Fanamara. Then the Attorney General sat down what are the consistencies or between the Attorney General and the special prosecutor. Asamwa we can anyway we actions no. Na mumie no nti modwene bo mu anase mo anwene amu. Nti niema de bi wo ho a yen Ghana for no yete a na ya so na twetwe ye kakra ye gidie in our political elite no. Na mene bia kwa na ekofom KOD. Se ya hwe yi a doctor munyina mo yempanimfo mfo anu ntumbi. Ya hwe yi beduru ba bi no wo the ballot box be si hwa. Nyame amwa ballot paper ba akokore nkutu. Because nipa no ejidi e wo politicians mu no kwa na ekofem be kakra no ye kase ye meto aba obi akoto ye be kase mo o man no mo baby amanya.
I see.
Because we kase mfoforo they say mo ya mapapa yi a ye nyina prosecutor kase mfoforo attorney general kase mfoforo mo so mo mienu nyina na mo ya adwuma bo special prosecutor wo attorney general wa se case bi obekwa akofa be bia wo na abekwa akọ prosecutor nti se mo mienu obi kase mfoforo dia na che se papa no kro man ya wo so no wo kona akohu o man pani se me nipa we di bone oni krum ti chene mam na mfa no nkwa wa hwa wo fa no ma ko so obeka se entwa to so na mo twa ato no so nti yenye ne ma yi ne yemto ye bo ne hwehwe nsem no mu yi me wish pa ne se obi aga ne ska kodi no obi a ye betimi age ne de akekere wo man no na akora ko school akora capitation grant 2 cities 50 pesos capitation sika is yem fan hwe akora wo basic school no yem fan hwe ne the whole term no 2 cities 50 pesos capitation grant e de ne betimi ai kola bibre de wo mafu e da fem e no wo twere secondary school ye bi school ye hwem kwada awofo se de yesi bu fa so obakọ ya ayere so na otwemi ensa 9 na otwenu abro so na otwensia obesa abafi because double track system sabai bai ni anya sika do so pue se 2.2 yetimi agye afiri obi ho ene yesisi adan o secondary schools yimu bebre dormitories classroom block ena double track ni yetwamu a enka kwa odi me no mienu nyina teachers enka enye yede
na be de papa
double track yinti wo ye teacher ni abetimi atena school the whole year sanye bro nyana holiday kura wonya bi nti kiyetimi atwam na ye buildings wo schools bia enka nye yede nti mo amode abase these are corruption charges ya mo de agu nkrofo bi so a mo hwe kwan ambeye na mbefa so agiska na mai na wo be ka sem foforo na o kina no we ya be press conference na de kina we nso abeka we na de kina we ya beka we se ye ne saa afi na ya ba you bosome nkono ye kwafe nyame amwa ye be duru mfie mienu ni enya obia mfie miensa ni enya obia mfie nan so ye koto aba na ye nya obia nsam dodo amoka ye ni ntimi nya obia mfa no ntumu ye ntimi nya sika mfiri obia hwa
begum by force
doctor na de ko ya na diko de ye hwe ne ma bi ye ya de no a ye nya ni yie because the Ghanaian voter has become discerning nowadays.
The Ghanaian voter has become discerning nowadays. Hello, good evening, Mr. Host. David Anand from the BNA. Please tell Ghanaians that President will deal with whoever has stolen, has looted the country, but waiting for new CG. Why are the MPP hypocrites? Look at how their parliamentarians loudly voice about the LGBT so soon. So why is the NDC also hypocrite? Because almost kaya, almost they or more economic atom. Good evening, Cody. What does the NDC AG want from MPP and Ghanaians? All he knows is public prosecution. He's only doing that to gain public sympathy. And that won't work, I swear. We are wiser than he thinks. NDC never again. Nana Owusu Sunyane. And Odiwe Abraying and Ne. And you may. Good evening. And this is Odun Hutimudehine Nana Buaje from Asantia Chingridim. But Kyodi, because leaders get everything free from the taxpayer and on our natural resources, they don't think about anything good about the ordinary citizens except themselves, their families and friends. Their minds are like P2 kids. They think about what they will eat and sleep because of Trimode. The head is empty. Thanks. Okay. Odiaban Eric, teacher Eric, aka Obier Heska, Elman's what Tresos, MPP delegate. Please, let's vote for a candidate who has a vision to move Ghana forward, but not the one who has enough money.
His money is for his children and family because he can't use his own pocket money to run the country, but rather state funds. So let's vote for Dr. Mahomia. Now, Ajima Rawlings, rest in peace. From Golden Boy Anas Mamponting, I say good, okay. Well, no, I say good evening, Kyodi. The former First Lady Nana Kuledo Ajima Rawlings, may her soul rest in peace. All the NDC media monitors in the Ashanti region are saying, may your soul rest in a perfect peace. And again, the LGBTQ plus issue is starting again too. And now I want to ask you, who is supposed to be signing the LGBTQ? You see the hypocrites of the MPP. They are the National Press Conference propaganda. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, Cody, to you and your panelists, August panelists. The man should be punished severely for such barbaric act to deter other unscrupulous adults from doing same. Father SK from Kenya, Yoka, 49-year-old now, Okofa, 13 years old, so Trianica, and that's what Jinsika every one to Neda. Kwajo Bodi Okumawu Bodmas, today is the Black Thursday for the nation Ghana. Nana, Ghanaians will still miss you a lot. May Almighty God be with you and your soul. Goodbye. All right? Na also the teacher Kuju Ewo Tepa in Susu. I say, may the soul of former First Lady Nakomedo Ajima Rawlings rest in peace. Ono Edia Ode Abraham and Ne Enyumri and so and no. Right. That's why he has brought us today. Afei ma yenko na yenhwewe. O say, can you see the way OSP is misbehaving about some of the cases? But if President acts and remove him, the same people and Ghanaians will turn around and say it's politics, hunting, political hunting. We live to see. Kobi Ewa Sempraso and Odiwe Abraham. You can also keep your messages coming on 0551-599-933. 0551-599-933. Yen sabeka na yen so yakinkan ewa ha amar. Yetwaso na yahwe yen next one. The LGBTQ plus question. They say, so why are politicians toying us like that? I don't know who they are.
KWD asem no simple. Amay mpanimfo ne mienu nyinaa no omo eniye no kre. De watwam omampani dada na Akufo-Addo eno omampani otisu. Senka LGBT law no so ombesan yanko omasan. Senanka na Akufo-Addo peso osan a ekoto na nim ono kra de parliament first reading, second reading, committee stage, report stage, third reading di nyina omo wie de ka ya presidential assent. And no be the whole assemble court and you're trying ya said no muti be or that's why president. It is no person sign. Sign and no person sign. And our man penny our ben so I do believe says sign one sign.
That's a more position
or buy another.
Or say a private bill or no I'm carbon to now no kind.
Private.
Or say a private member bill until I buy na beggar than them and not the parliament. Na parliament almost 2 years
private private me dey masem nyina na say parliament no wo mu ni pa bi o mu pepa bi wo mu ni dwumadi o mu pe adwuma enye sesi na me ka double track ho asem na me ka capitation so asem agenda 111 hospitals 111 egu wurem yentimi emie ba hokora no time ansini Yenhunu agriculture initiative minim no mampani ka the big push. I don't know say agric eshika obia. Yenhunu agriculture initiative bia ebe maduane abu ne nipa anya bia die. Yenhunu ye health workers ne education workers omo aye adwuma ye ntu omo ka yenhunu de agosi. Say na ye tu omo ka de bia wate se ye tu omo ka de minim galamse ye nom sign na de nsuo. Ye nom mekure nsuo yenhunu de agosi. Na se mo parliament na wanya adepa bi adwene ho na still ya LGBT asem na wo sa kofa ba na me emfa so e wo so because motna se na mo sa start the process ni bio from the scratch ya na mo ya ekodru presidential mo de kodru president table so ya on sign minim president you bit me ayeboda asa enti why are you disturbing yourself and yet na mo happen na mo fata no nya bibi papa
why is it becoming so difficult for them? I don't know it's difficult for them some person.
But it's obvious aban bi president bi o ho bi anim say so science a bill na ne ho be ye hin in front of the international committee to okopelo a onya loan ma no dia be development well nya loan nso ama me development no so mfie na ne ba ye ntoma ne party na dia politicians so na say beto abana party be lose ntu ye dan omo nsan nti ye nya ho a ye ha wo sa ade no kra be ye kra me bodin kra biem after all ye culture efran upon it a Christopher yan chire empesa nkramufo yan chire empesa yenya ye ma no ene ye wo fa ase no yem fa mpa bonta wo machi bebi omna bia ne ntu o mofo sesa ade aduane a wa meto no ni buchi amo no yeni onka ho enye wusu ene oban hu so bi ye bi o TV so phone no ekutekuta mo hu se nkrofo ye bia ma mo hwe kora because eyachi wade e mai and why enough na parliament in famre no nye something productive ebe mo man atumpon na wo nya sa de no wo mo sa de aba be nipa cause mo ya kudru o mampani ani ma wo pure yo mampani pure Ghana e bia ni wa e be kwa akotre bes say MPP say NDC in fact so bia ma so ma ye intermediate to me there yeah you should just forget about it in fact so bia ni so
Ora wachi yadom no mamra doko na fe yenhwe say yensan dia ade na hypocritical about it we koda ha na wo kan din se be ya the other party no e be unpopular we ba be mu a na de wo kan no wasesa e ka different thing and e ye kan friends saying paper wo mo de kudi djuma of parliament na e ka ho the next day mo koye na ayira ayira please don't come to
Easy. Hey, o may be woman, say a grown qua, sabi na. Ye do mine no eh. Me name Mr. Bachia. O multi sign.
O multi sign.
She. Now what bank condition or the amount they will tell you these are our values. World Bank, one of their values is that. Their respect for wine, the no matter what. They are part of their values. It's a brofono. Ayama omodia ko wura bibiem enti se wo open mo bia na no ma hwe se ho no wo de eyemra bi abamu abeye ya ana the politicians sat down no mo say they can gain political capital out of it bibli tutia MPP because of this obenya wi wo ya we pa de kro tia na do nsan ye They know, but they took advantage. Send another one sign to no, almost obey. They never hunted Nanado, so one sign, and we've been a hunter, and they are aware. Into a month sign. Almost I know. President Ben never did measures here. Some George way.
Oh,
Now come in say bia e kwan omfa so di yi chief justice no say ha kwan ya bi na kombe fa so de e be serve omo na ade na be boa omo no you see how passionate that they will be so what me chief justice within the shortest possible the constitutional means here are you telling me say LGBT a private bill na private yeah the private bill no constitution said the private bill by president in Sayana. Is that what the president Mahama is telling us? Say because say a private bill, you know, o Saya, what from Rana? You should be bia, or moya no more be bia for technically one. No, this time no young is how.
You say your family values or your child was school, the young fancy curriculum, the Mukrani and Chirekum say, but a buying Ankasa the Beko Parliament. No machine, sana, or massa processia, no more diaba.
Intina Parliament, no more yes, with the parliamentarians and name. I'm fine. It is all only view, no per se, the Shimana. And I say, young fan to near you because they said you're no patients and your father in Tonchen. Near Federal School, Mooney and Chen, Korani, one. You say, well, no method, no. I'm Mushas here, LGBT, Emma, MPP for Kolusu, I sent a judge question.
Question,
yes. Question. They use it enti wey ombesan omonsan o
ombesan omonsan ah esa do ko was omonsan ombesan
omansan na galamse omanya hu ya 2028 ombe kufi
sane mamienu
we Ghanaians will punish them and the two amanfutim these two things even though economy on poma ayi dollar nem call 1 cedi $1 1 cedi these two things galamse any LGBT omfani agro they will go omo ye den so mo anya hu bibi no man sign no mama galamse no so na ni environment no mo say na aso anya yi a na MPP for so mo nenam ho they say o maso aye obo pe obi obedi animu no mo nya wi a no mo hyehyɛ mo nema wi a the NDC will never know peace. Yes. She say as o mo pray as o mo na obi a preview no mo hyehyɛ mo se bi a o mo yi president Flagbearer wi o mo party structures o mo ya wi a wallahi talai o mo di begu o mo so rough enti mo nyo ma dwe se o be form ho adi enti o be sign am sign. The president don't have any excuse to tell us a private. Because I mean, say private.
Oh, okay. No, I say Catholic bishops conference a corner ho. And all the two men say a private member bill. Inti mo enyabotre abanangasa be ye na om de akopa.
And a private na anko parliament.
Parliament or the kaka say it died with the 7th parliament
and
of the 4th republic. And obeka say a private member bill. Na bina kasabesha no sign be ka say ene your values that yenim ye nti ye fan ko share adisua ni mu ne enkyere nkwala no mu pick those values sense ti sane ma ne betuto dwa na ma for say kasa ne ya sesa kasa ne ya sesa
2026 ube wi IMF right Ubako bank financial institution akope loan. Adi abe finance big push, abe finance project. Campaign so ebe koso and don't forget say next year so Democrats and Republicans and also ebe yomoyi. And these things also play a key role.
Yeah.
Sa Egypt issue because Trump here against Democrat for be yom into ebe yeah ombeka ho asem. Yes. In that case so ebe issue in other relations because Democrats are also very soft on those things, but Republicans are very strict on that. Our more international winning no more embassies anywhere near no, it will be one of their key. Enti as a very topical issue. Enti I'm so on sign is a siano. They say they always say Omo Bagu. Ama is almost be process na se fufuro bi. No a big check because
10 months in here. Nobody mentioned it. Kopin say friend saying Reverend Tim Foju Korea na sa ko easy.
Send there over easy. So ka ho bi.
So me 10. So ka.
Some do dey maintaining kan was hard no kura because
e dey so me do yes.
O ka ho.
There bi o. And that time mo ye do no ne maintaining kan.
Asa say ono ababontin personally ababa kan wo.
No na me kan wasem. Because no they the leading a yipa ko baby antino ka ban ni sisa no because he says President Mahama will sign this the moment they come to power he will sign it while in the passion of the kasa yentininka ano ne nam ayi South Africa for company yi no mudi a kire no mo ko ntokwa saa we ni dia wo die hu hia
Doctor Yedidia and Casa.
Yedidia say, wait, for company in why you know, and I want prices or Matiso or Massa Matiso. Sasa, and he should be any hobby. I should be to know, I said, Nina, you should be. That shows how they want us to believe politicians.
Another your friend saying, you did not say win as a
yes. Now the politicians, yeah, they are say you don't have to trust politicians. And this will do ration or no gain no how to get power into and DP obey power no unya oba no asesana no. This is how ye politicians of late. Say or betimi aka say ade amebaye. And one example is Galamsey. Look at the passion omudi the tone na do so e wo galamsey etiye nim se galamsey e bayi de within the shortest time avedi duru ayi a ye kan say ya one state of emergency and excuse you say ya so they say but there wonu who say abani who say and na president who say ebe boa no politically so they were appointing more than 40 people to the high court or by more than 100 people have been pushed into the high court, the high court, appeals court,
the courts,
and the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
More than 100. Say, and the moment you remove Chief Justice, you are doing this. Fine, and your constitutional duty that you are doing. But passion, I would say, and it be so passion, that is the main argument. So I don't know why you say, if you can remove a third arm of government within less than 8 months in your government, are you telling me, say, won't me you should first term of your parliamentarians and parliament to remove to pass LGBT bill? I didn't call you that. Also one sign for the first term and as a first a year parliament transfer.
The first one was
yes, because you say a private bill, the private bill no issues women okay, Ghanaians, we understand you. And parliament first, you know, not how their agenda. No, you say, idea also want to be a private idea. Now, person buying the way there. You say, now parliament are first as a second. I didn't yet hear, I didn't hear, now you're free, you know. Almost sign.
Doctor can with passion. Almost sign. I don't know what discuss and so if that's the case, why don't you tell us, gain the electorate, the truth about it? Say, you share. You join friends a world order into your back into a bed is a Ghana veteran. Not hypocritical about the whole issue.
It's a political easy. Politicians will do whatever to get power. The son of my be your move. Say, well, no, you say, Obenya advantage bo baby. Because Mimi Jirisenka, 1% can be Hula Baru, Niwa, Wanina, Nanka, Ibia. Oh, some aspect of the bill. No. Nibia say criminal will not be so free man. Way of handling that. Now the wood here, why our soften home. Then you pass the bill. If that is the issue, because among they are the criminal aspect, no na how more. That is the issue. If you there's 1% Ghanaians cry, but you too much, so nobody can pass it. Now what is how on say where you hold a free man and say what my honor subtle the plan.
What review honor?
What reviewer? The young can say we have passed it. You have passed it. You didn't say you pass it.
Pass it.
And if there are issues, but say, one fan call, one son can walk any dear, but lie, they have to.
Say, doctor, now say, I want to be a my you and Anna, say, baby, a frefray, so be a brana.
You're crossing.
Yes,
you should be a war.
Yeah, sure.
Young Chelsea will have a neutral.
You're quite we abstain. So,
and it's I
didn't just start with you beat me. Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, minute daily.
Almost.
I don't know here.
But you can't say what would be the implication? Because in a new one, you're telling Grofumi, you be South Africa, import our national symbol. Remember me, no abijina hoa, Sebiu, one more ekisi. If we don't take steps to address this, nation as Ghana, any cultural values, what will be the about it? And then that's on a
so we don't say more money. I
see.
Yes, I watch out to us and yen so you move to but no one say maybe I would you free buy.
Say and on as I'm running here, only a year near.
We are simple, a bit up a moment. Yenye mrebia wo baabia kura no ye kyerɛ ye sɛ yenye saa de we bi wo ye man mu ha enti wo firi sɛ no bi na wo pɛ no aba ha ada so bɛyɛ wa de okuko mu ana bɛkɔ akɔyɛ no okuru na so de be gina nipa mu ayɛ de akyerɛ ye ma na ye ma kusua bi de ye nte ase
sɛ no de wo dem ka sɛ
ada a constitution no ye wo written aspect of the constitution and the unwritten aspect which comprises of traditions, cultural values, norms, customs, and all those things. So we can push this one there. So your culture, any side we agree. Enti unia obaha yenye bisa.
I see.
So nipa no ba no de chene dem no ya. Emi ko how bia wo.
Emia ya no. But say ye hu baby ye gina say ye kwose ye ba na ho na problem.
Oh, international wise the ye de ya intimate sign. Ema ya wo bi an ka no. Ema ye nse parliament mrem fasa ade wi nsa go to because inya
ekokosi kura yensa
omu ye kura obi de beko
sa de akoko politician bi beko akoshu
farmer bi wo Paulu go baby na ye say o na di ye
go kura assembly my be the assembly kokko 20 elections no 2010 assembly my election ni Ghana afenyo marking ya yes fisherman me the assembly kokko na the whole Ghana ba ye beto
I see
Ediana politicians in TV.
Anyway, right. Yabana will pick a last one, but we said that all the oral documents are garbage. One can say there's garbage in it. Attorney General is now a script writer, and will bring more series. He's not a serious person. President Mahama should sign the LGBTQ+. They should do it. They should not do it politics. So he should sign. My condolence to Nakunedo Ajima Rollins family from Bright Takwa and Odewe Abraham. Good morning, KOD. I'm Sewa from Sehi Asafo. I'm enjoying your show live. KOD, the two gentlemen sitting at your studio, they have made my day fantastic. My regards to former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. All right. Thank you. Wafa, I said good morning to you. And your panel. Kennedy Japan is the only candidate who can win Power 2028 for the MPP because he's bold, humble, honest, and is a practical leader. And also he thinks about the grassroots. So let's vote for him. We and Koma Ewadama and Odewe Abrel. Good evening, hosts. He said, our former First Lady, Nana Kuledo Ajima Rollins, has passed on to her maker. May her soul rest in peace. If the NDC party now wishes to take the lead in a burial under the banner of the party, it will be an act of shamelessness. This woman contributed greatly to the NDC, yet they sidelined her for years. They should not now claim her as one of their own. The NDC treated her unfairly, and it will be hypocritical for them to lead her funeral. Dukwat Ewotechiman and Odewe Abraham. This is Father SK again. I'm very much disgruntled and disappointed in Sam George. Why has he kept mute on the LGBTQ bill? This is hypocrisy at the highest level. Hey, Ghana. Yedika. Said Kyori, a journalist asked Sam George about the LGBTQ, and his answer was he should go and ask the minority. You see the hypocrisy of the NDC, which I see in 2028. Good evening, Kyori. He said, Oboba Kilibobo Ewo Jobumen's fashion agogo Obuasi Asantiachum. No, the men need to be caned before the man needs to be caned before being arrested. Okay, Oka Bemana, 49-year-old no. Or say, Mister, why a lot of people putting so much pressure on 10 months government on their campaign promises? Did Ronaldo fulfill all his promises in his 8 years in government? Abba. So-called neutral people from Kusi Asim Breku. Kusi, at the end of the day, say one man too, so one day a bar, Yebeka. Mr. Host, the man in white is factual. He is too factual, I say too political. Maybe that's what he wanted to say. He's too political and not on issues. Mark from Owa. Mark, your message is not that clear. Or no, and so the other. I'm picking a last one. Now, the campaign of the new patriotic party flag bearer aspirants. de omo ede tudwa ene obete na me na maye adwuma wo nyuma hodo bebre enti ba kasha me wo cash enti betumi manage on ban ni ye yemfa enhye mensa ene obete obisi oba education ebe the priority na odi akona nim obiso esese monwene cash no ho yenhwe vision na afi yenyina so na yemfa ento aba. Now the question is that looking at the Ghanaian electorate now, you bring education kakra ho na yahwe. Na yahwe cash and vision, which should be an informed decision when we are taking an asset year vote. Doc, I wish I said very free.
Yo, there. Reasons I'm for the vote to now the president. So far, me who say cash is part of it. Me names be at the contest, no. The MPP contest,
Oh, we hear in general.
Yes, in general. Because all research that you had the opportunity to read through, no, cash is not a determinant for picking a president.
Cash is a determinant.
No, cash. Say what describe no, the economy is where the cash determines. You managing the economy. Say yeah, the NDC stabilize the city. No, you see that the effect will be say business people will plan amount for betting here. I know there, but say you determine say sika per se no. But what is your vision? All president even military for they were having vision for the country. Minim krana champion this estate it was a vision that he was propounding otimiso a year and a feed your what policy and yes, you know, and I don't know policies and directions would be presented amount for. But me the cash na the party for
no. And so what's the koyiba?
So koyiba na say what the cash yiba. Ghanaians will not look at cash. They will look at the vision.
Okay.
Until I start to say people don't look at cash. They look at what you have for us. Again, I want to say TBS say yeah ka galamsey ni ho nyina. Ni nyina ye it's not cash. It's not money. We are no everything. So, and a baby so escafo baby when you scan or doing say ni nyansa no de nyesikantino. Oh yeah. Oh ye here ni now uniska. Unim nyansa. Unim nyansa nka uska. Omono the access no. So, untino within the party, to pick someone to become the leader of the party. Yeah, share MPP that is what because TV you want why until this time maybe cash inclined. But in all no crano, so when you're careful now the cash could year Ghanaians will hit that person down because and your cash not remember Ghana for you not trouble.
I see.
It's what you have.
Happened in 2024, no. Some of delegates Makotumaban.
Yes. Monkotumano. You see, because I can some moja didn't crowd or they were Ghana for. So it's not money. Nationally, the Sika will be there, no, they are the organizing the campaign, wine. But that is not Ghanaians. And no more. What do you have for us? What do you have for us? I don't know President Mahama they call round up yeah Ghana for talk Ghana for two. No, it's not money. It's not money. Oba will say you the whole rubbish corruption for me to ska. Ska no the come out be so on to abana or fight corruption. No. But the 200 say what to abama me meet me handle this issue. Meet me be we ni vision ni aim na so person the president no. John, and he said, what the cash for ye? Ghana for be boat through. About two. No, you every ho. And that is what should be a caution for all those that are buying aspirant now. It been person more sika and the influence amount for. Now it also has to be a lesson for the MPP for Sebeya Omonko Yusu Sika as a major determinant. A major woman Sika Metwama.
Yeah.
And I said, the Aseneka World Bank from Kiwiaso company control. And I said, come the president, and I said, you are near Yininan. So sometimes it's what you have for. As it will keep you for the rest of your life.
Sustain you forever.
Yes, and even generations will come and benefit. So, Etinana is not advisable, say, if you are said, Debia, Obeji Sika free be war, Obeji Sika free be war near, you know. A quite best now so for be now so wait me and ya. I best sustain you, so I've got Nipacono Mouse, got nature, a bit of baby Obebre. Obebre, Bagana for no per se, some of us and Sanya Peno. Yempe Brenti, Debia, Pesi, Yesica, delegate, Debia, Yesica, anyway. I'm hoping, said the MPP will not fall to their previous ways are no modisica a year, you know, because on report by say about the just the grapevine, say it was a major problem. And the ma party no, a man for uncle to about because what was the TV, what was the phone? Yes, you are no at you, and yes, be a mutim you. You know one at you. Ah, they say be me, I when you go school back, area back. Now, who say I to a banner with the TV, Abba. Opaso omuka wanu timono beka choche. We mame phone, we mame jiwe. And you mess 24 hours a year voting no, obitimi 25,000 minimum. Just one constituency for the MP. Yeah. Just one constituency. Because omo ye train no more and afo no more prayer. Obo so obi a sa.
See, I read the audio mo dru na.
I think we need to move further up and try say share what the person carries. MPP say they have to look at somebody who will come in to build a party and also be attractive outside.
So two folds.
Somebody who will make the party attractive within. Say like Obemo hope. Because the party members are down. 2024, a damp people's spirit. Ama omo numbers so as our team parliament. They want people who can energize them, reposition their minds and give them hope. At the same time, that person should be attractive for the outside voter. Say, oh, yeah, the neighbor, you beat me, and yes, there. If these two things are not in place, it will be very difficult. It will be very difficult because the machinery of that person more attractive, no be depending how the party will push that person. So into a party system now, people will be working hard towards the vision and answer the goal. And in that case, you know, a bit transcendent outside. Now for the money album. Until they have to be very, very, very careful. That money will not be a priority. So money for your pet. We can say Rollins time na soja for the BMI use as an example. As one I said ya tie wo yentino. Na soja fu ni nam titama ya to abayi Rollins free so na. Akwa bia o mentally yi kakra na one peace goer. Say soja for kai. No mu gum ne tu na akoya na adwen e yi kakra ko jira. Eh ma ban no egu. Ma ban no egu. So it's o ma hwe ya. Na so mu ko use cash dia. 2028, it will be very, very difficult. Because
meaning a very dicey situation. Do you see the MPP in that?
Oh yes, they are in critical stage because of some man managing now kusi say the obelusu be se walusu. The olusu yeso hu se bia won so olusu ya wawini in the clear year fairness. Because if Alan Patu Bemwa the whether say UP plus or UPQQ ebebemua. You see? Because nobody can tell us Alan Factor did not play major role. Because we are there and a battle near Tunekuku near Fifim. So because Minimobia or no to our presidential candidate, but we say presidential candidate Yandi also Wabwanida. Was it Wabwanida? But we did say Bia appointment and also maybe another demand no. And I say Bia Dr. Baumia and Namus be Unya. But if you on Dr. Baumia competing, also better my way all because ni loyalty wo. So nti no one you care for abedwe say eye bibia kwa. So they have to manage it. The party is in a critical stage that they have to manage the process because ebi wa adwenbone
ebi wa adwenbone
bibi kitwe they want to use it to bring confusion in the party. And now do you see obi wo ho a anya wo no ye obi a
senya media ne
lie enwu ye onkofo bi sa ho enu mo ba bia anya wo no na ko obi fufuro de ekwan kro be fa so be ma de na gu ne nyina ahwere no sa nkofo no bi o system no enti se no sa no wo group bi am also make sure say bibia be bia no be ma na de da kwam no no a wo hu se bia se wo lusu ana se bia ono a ye ya no ate ne ho ase nyesa obi su bibi kitwa bi na wo de afa ho na fa de wo and that is what the party is at it now. Enti sikasam no omo manage ni ye Keodi omo manage ni ye pa omo de sika no omo de ma omo fa mo ba bi foforo omo ba so mo bia meka
no betu akoma no
just opa mo
ne say bend because say omo call rounds ni ye nyina no be share ye mo muska and say TNT TNT energy for be a bit 400 a bit 500 a bit 1000 it depending location it depending here baby just say omu adwuma ye because December the Christmas gift be babu
ya man scan ya man TV am on for my fee
o say
obi adohu
David ma o dem ye you dey bibi fa so what top on TV na top on TV no match are there is idea TV ni dey babu
ya man scan
phone no dey baba
man phone dey baba fee
scan na ba wo mo bisika dey na difficult so bebo because so be jibi aha do we amunye ni sika omunye ni sika dia because o ma 2000 na be ka say 2000 ka say we na 500 enti ne o ma 2000 ka say 1000
na dey ashe no
aha no na dey ashe no boko enti omunye ni sika na but sika no should not be a major determinant. Money should not influence your right conscience.
I like that way, you know.
Yes.
Because because you be education I found.
Yes.
The right conscience. Me find so be a memska by 500 or 2000 so 20,000 crowd.
Yes.
Ma ko to aba man. The next bear 4 5 years or 8 years. Ma koye slave very about the
Oh yes.
Say or you say only you I'm a slave to the person.
You see, Keodi, so much di anymore. You will change your kind of say your integrity, your respect. Usha will be mamiska. Uye mamiska. No. Yes, sir. I want escafon so when we move with them. Obi obebe skani bia no. Sikani ni rehwe say edi nti na adimachi. Is it my money? Say sika onu be deal it differently. What they want is loyalty, commitment, and you sikanti na wudi nachi. U hia wa wo ho. Esikafo who do you find out? Those that they know say they are the loyal people that they trust them. It's not money. And it's a wo be wo mo a emesikan godi wanim. Na wanim be gu ase. Ofre wa na branche de baba de obey iska. De obey iska. Eti what I've learned is that money is good, but one share here a best say wo nyina. Sebi yeah then na mo bi hono bia disike bia bro say bia say wa anum school say me
Fatu homo.
Bia once you have failed, your money will not change. You see, obi ye bibisa disika buy, you have failed. And then the lady and I said the pakono was top high and now or testify say hey. And if there's something now, or better recommend me, we say, Papa, we did say this.
Integrity.
Yes. As that time now, may reject it, I mean, names be but you see them as small or younger. On one of the yes, on one of the
anyway.
What life matters is that it's not money. Don't let money change your conscience, your right conscience. And wow. And I have a lot of personal experience. Company for be no mouse kaji. Unya hwe man so wo de patch of atu. next time obeka say okwa bedi mechi beji we and that is what they want. Enti masika ne bem sika ye bibia obi ya ura sika mami sika saya na abedi ke obi e ma wa ko obi wa ma 2000 me pere say me sustainability of money. Se me ya me chena me dey akọ. Yes. And they say 100 citizens menyan every month. And say menyan be 20 years and 30 years that many more. Me ma hope you. That's right. Oh ma me 1000 2000. Top to go kan ma na asa. Na fe dey ase.
Esa anso wunti mi veni panani mun kasa no.
Because waje zika ai.
Buza bachi ya do ameti o hono. Vision as against cash.
In fact, me so meta na kufu ado ase we hwe mfodiri no anada TV no so no say kane no de no na nipa ne nyina hu set na otai ba ko achi establishment candidate na achi ase so okota na afie no na enyine no bi be ka ho no adwene no a emudo no so bi be ka ho hu say party no ye nyina e dia nti mabet na afie madi me president yawi ba wa se me boa never about the party out you afraid any penum no mo nyina atena say akasa akere obo bi no me say too late but I think it's better late than never. Late, yes. At least what stress or a statement why ye be na yes I know so kasa twie no pie no won say coffee makara this time round as compared to the other time did your company aye no de me feel say enyam from so eye. But I rehearse more woman is on so we ya am sad ya and party no penning for no edelete be bar outside say MPP executives no they have banned the executives MPs and all other officials from endorsing or campaigning for any aspirant. Almost so ye penny many way MP would ye be a would ye ni mu okwan bi so bia no enkonko ye
mama ye bile
omo kan wie ya ade chen ya NPP Fabera Rees 65 minority MPs declare support for it is a yes na mo party no and a more radical more party in public.
But the question is
Korea mo panimfo hyemra na mo atu agu na wo ye MP a wo hyemra ne hyemra no
wo brand new omo because some party structures they have party
emra bi anya djuma o
they wine wo mu a obetumi akasa yikakraka eno nti na mani chese bo acheja akose o party chairman so nyame bo no tuma no because ono hu say na ne yade unfortunately for Steve ntimi are hanum ntimi anya djuma no say na Justin so akoye say ya yo no nko abiti kukuru anu mo ajayo so ena obiya ase obiya ye yo pen kasabre yanka niema ekoyie no afena oya enye 65 no nko omo say omo declare for Baumiano ada once no ada aspirant no so binum didi o mo ati omo so declare mo omo sa anka nsese mpanimfo atio mo babia mo atro no kan sese mo yesa oh ni be ekoto abana ye be 300,000 kamo mankum ano communicators no yes mo MPs mo party executive be a national executive na mo medical support for we so enti no de e no mo ye de mani nye ho KOD about the money issue no I don't think say mate say aspirant ni be agina ba bi ka say me we skenti montoma minye sure smart bi asa so bi ka say me na me yes kanenti me na montoma
the buy ni say owo nyuma e beska wetimi akreska so ahweska ntia Ghana shenensa
eno so
betimi ayo
well that is his idea and me tell say ba ko bi so e ka say so far as ya me metimi abie nyuma na nyuma ne discare ba so the adwuma ne shemensa e passe young governors for funds the fan support party now on mine no kora no I'll be in a position to do it because my ebida no so no I don't fault
the issue is that when you want to be a president it's not only one area that you can use to determine whether you want to be a good president.
I don't think say nipa pro talk about one area say any other economy ho ase sikasa mo beka we ubeka ba bia hono nko ano o kan na ye media for say we yakokati nya sure say no nko ani asem a obeka enti well obi e turn the message obi e turn the message
what Baumia say don't vote for cash but vote for vision.
But no so eduru so mo chase kama delegates on so jebi omo ko no ko jebi and yet yehu enti wo see and vote my ideas we should not vote for money meanwhile you share money the others to share money enti me dey me gidi said the doctor kan me ye delegate yes ka dey say no be share na discount meje but yes can dey be determine baby ametuma ba ko mehwe overall manifesto and someone who come agriculture oba de na be ya fa ho sports de na be ya fa ho science education health be bia de na be ya fa na me de nyina kekasi anim na my assessment in mahunu de was a bit man but sika ne de
what about the other delegates they may influence the outcome of the election
but
what about them because we ohweska dodo ade ama
na ke o di da other delegates na wo mo hwesika dodo nkrofo de ama om de ato aba no empra he ne enka ho asem wo mo agya enti opa for 1000 years kan ho asem obi a ono free sika no obeje de ahwe so ato aba o ye de ya no ano obeye wo se san ba bi enye yie ba se ye kan obi wo ho a wo di sika no ma no obeje but obe consider other factors na do aye no ho so no de ono no me ono delegate no a wanya de ekuta no wo de kope dwetira ba ye adwuma enti wo na abeba bi hia wo mo na abeba no 5000 no age no de akosie ba bi obenten so ba no ma 2000 no age no de wo de wo bi afa because I was so je be kura ni panum no kura no obo ho so ama no ye brade nka krofo ye edu a no bi abra me 1000 kura by the end of the day nya 10000 me mo ojetire so no yo it is kind de say de money crazy no asi abetena ye democracy no so no ye ho hia enye ye because ya ka more than 20 years obeye ho de wo de NDC for so de beba wo Ghana abi omkra de so omkra tumi eduru ha wo behu so enti sika no a abaye politics mu any delegates no ebinum ye nindifo pa ombetini adisane ba binum nso menkan kwa kire be haye kwa
Mr. Bachoni baby say omo beye we na se bia mfase forukuma se omo wo chairman e nti o we ba o Brian ba o no makushia we a na da no ma ba omo so ko even outskirt masne we na omo de sa sore kro na ye omo place na omo twen
omo to
ho twen na mo ba na kese mo ba no abaye mo jiwi a na mo ko no mo so de akoy ebidi ba omo dan so ebidi dua say what they gain and even cry just visit no anya that day ne yebeto aba no any number yes
to na wa
yes
abishia delegation no
just imagine just imagine in the Ashanti region 47 or 41 my constituency and they say wo ko I also baba by 3 or 4 times so person wo yi pa and no number of times in here so we bo mo na say
we dey baba akopɛ
me sisu a me sumo mo Christmas yi mu pa no umbe boka of Christmas presidential candidate you
now president delegates to
what the akokoko a obi de yi beko mo beto beko we beko nti umbe hwan ene we dey no de buy ye ntoma no we dey ode mo aba we dey hey
I mean sure say me sure say me nua kwam na Japan de bia no enye bia because ono de ono 40 billion no kra no me sure say onya bitua because ye nyina kan say most mo G6 1 for forms 5 for submission of actually the hunu ya say another 40 million 4 million Ghana cedis to is 40 billion nti bi de me kasa man say da bi me nua no onya say sika ade enye by force mo say a development fee say me will be a me de pepper me ni bi so so na ja
ka disqualified
da bi o emra bi ani ba bi asa wo say o so bi atua 40 billion wanya na bi wa iska no ni
wanya iska na say o be president Frabe akofa nko peska ma fa me party
asa bo bi ani ho a wo de bottom iska na
so which means that you have a capacity to raise funds
And then no be our capacity to raise funds will be so leadership is about ideas and not money.
No, you see, you are supposed to have as a leader and a flag bearer. One of the critical because the politics is about money. You should have the ability, even if you don't have, you should have the skill and the capacity to let others support. Measure be. And then one day when you can't be the flag bearer. You need to have people that you can business companies wouldn't be crying out. Party no by a flag bearer. You see a Piscaya campaign. You should have that level to go and get money.
But the question is that I'm communicating the same what you say, and that's Obia Mitia. So Oman can say I raise that amount. You pay 4 million.
No, so wouldn't be a who will be an out there. Wouldn't be a you raise it. Obama, they have a system. And that shows how innovative you are. You have people that are supporting you. They have a system where even somebody will be a student, quote me. So if you are becoming a university, we need a system to support you. Then how can you become? I don't know corrupt. I don't know corrupt because one person, maybe a KOB, maybe a mom and Pacrobia, could treat me the amount. That's how be president. Why woman baby not go? But if the masses, or more the no $1 be a $1. You see, and no to me because will be a doctor, and you spread your sauce. But when you won't find innovative, you be a my doctor. Prove to us that you are resourceful. Yeah. Could check one be Nakasa Quata, me decided there. Being the president and leader there. The president Mahama said BBS in this year, you should have a capacity to move and bring and get us something. Resources, yeah. What do you say, Minibi? Now, wouldn't be saying, now, doctor, how should you say, almost more triano or more compare sponsorship? That is the issue. I don't hear, and I make a sense. I think we should draw a line between being resourceful and then one gets a trial from your Yes. Say two things. You to be can't say can Japan be on and Dr. Baumia. They have the capacity to pay. And I say be on one personal way. And it's a who also prove which I say. You're here for any scanner and resourceful and I be any scanner. You bet you are an innovative way to gather some. Chana want to kwatana crowd at least 500 be and I want to be kakrebi. Oh, there miss me any contributors. That's a kwatade. Mama president Mekuya.
I tell you, so then come see a boss who can be the reversing of the investors in institutions now. Say and they I can appear minka. University of Skill Training and what have you. It's a University of Education, Winneba, Kumasi campus. Yes, and this is for our yeah. Because that name of entrepreneur, when you say it makes the university unique. According to would they say, would they dino at home university? Would they say Dino Kwan appear and can I say from party in India? You dino never, sir, because the university has able to brand themselves as entrepreneurial university. Yes. Would they appear and kind of film? Would they use our tie? I don't know where you are. They say, University of Education and Winnipeg, and it dear. Politicians, I'm hired. Oh, Mr. Boachi Adomasi, no matter Doctor Samuel Free, and so I say for giving us insight and then knowledge about the discussion topics I raise in. Doc, what I say? That's it. Within the Kablo Sudan, I have you within the Malamia and I share you with the bro and you may. Yes, sorry. I'm at the Akanatua, so technicians no any more boy and my do you with the TV so new radio singing and a better must say. Mom sending message to me. I can't know. Mufanche. Yakramo. Bye bye.